All right, welcome back to Backlog Quest, everyone. It's the quest for the crown of Tarqaron. We are competing, friendly competition
Yes.
to see who can gain the most experience points visa our backlogs. And if you want to go figure out what this all is, I encourage you to watch this series chronologically if you can, especially watch the first intro video, which breaks down everything. You get different amounts of experience points for different things. Primarily, you pick different quests that will categorize the kind of games you can play and encourage you to diversify different experiences. And so that's what we're here to do. We're here to do our third progress update for mostly June and July, but then we're going to talk about the date of this video is August 12th, so up until that as well. And just talk about where we're at progress wise, go through
Pugwis.
chronologically. And
Pugwis.
so it's fun because the way we go through is we have it laid out. We'll go through chronologically as we earned our experience points, and then we'll talk about what we're thinking about looking forward. All right.
That's right. That's right.
Backlog quest. The backlog quest is always ongoing, even when there's not videos. You know, it's a constant progress
It is a
being made.
constant. It's
Right. All right. So
true.
to start things off, I did beat Knack, which we covered in more detail, and I believe both of the Gens Challenge videos we've done now. I think I had finished it before the first Gens Challenge video. Talked about it again on the final Gens Challenge video. For the purpose of Backlog Quest, you get 2 experience points for a Gens game, and that one I did beat, but I'm not going to go into too much more detail since we did already talk about it. It's okay,
That's right.
nothing special. But so that 2 experience points will bring me up to 68 experience points.
Very nice.
Right.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I was working on multiple games at a time here. I was still I was finishing off. I had just beaten. I believe like right before we recorded the last video, not like before we sat down for the record, but like it was like the day before, or a couple days before, I had beaten my my last game that I had been that I basically spent that entire time working on.
Yeah.
But then I worked on platinuming it, so I got a platinum trophy in that game.
There's God of War, right?
Yeah, it was God of War Ragnarok. Yep. So it wasn't too much harder. It was just a little bit just like going around the different areas and getting doing all the side quests and stuff,
Okay.
which was a lot of fun. It's a great game, and it reminds me that I still do have to go back and platinum. I do have to go back and platinum the original God of War. I should say 2020 God of War 2018, which I have not done.
See, for the sake of the challenge,
yeah.
we have these little bonus experience point options. Like if you platinum or 100% a game, you get an extra 1 experience point. But it has to be specifically for the games we have request / checkpoint games. All right.
That's right.
So then you're up to 18
right. So,
experience points there.
Get up to 18 there. And meanwhile, throughout all of this, I'm working on a couple different games at the same time here, as you can see. In preparation for my move that I was beginning of July, I moved, as you can see from the drastic change in location that I have here. But I was furiously playing games. Even though I probably should have been packing more. But getting up into the final weeks there, you can kind of see. Because we moved the 1st of July. So anyways, I spent time on my next quest, which I originally was I think for it, I was originally planning on playing Pragmata, but as we'll get to after I discuss the Gents game, I actually played a different game. But in the midst of that, I was playing through the Gents Challenge game, Ukulele, which I did beat. You can check my thoughts on that. Talk about a little bit more in depth in our Gens Challenge recap episode. But long story short, I have some positive things to say about that game and some negative things to say about the game. It's very much a mixed bag.
Yeah.
I think it's fun sometimes, but there's just like death by a thousand cuts. I think that what really holds the game back are like tons and tons of little things that just build up and add to an overall frustrating experience to play. So, but while I'm doing that, I've also been playing Resident Evil Zero, which was my Capcom Lock quest, which
Capcom
is a game
Lock.
developed or published by Capcom.
Hmm.
And I my friend Dubs, friend of the channel, had him and I, mainly him watching me play through the Resident Evil games. And Zero was one of the ones I had not played through. And so I was able to beat it for the challenge. I just kind of started playing it, and I was like, "Hey, this game's long enough to kind of count for this." So I'm gonna have this be
Yeah.
what counts. And yeah, it took me about like 11, 12 hours, I think, to beat it. I really enjoyed Resident Evil Zero. I think I have some like little issues with it. The I think the idea of the inventory system is pretty good. In the sense that you, instead of putting things in a box that you can then go around the world and retrieve from other boxes. There is a mode in the original Resident Evil, though, that I think locks inventory to specific boxes. So it does work in a way that's similar to this. But in this, you can just like put stuff down on the ground, and then it's persistent. So you can go back to that. If you can backtrack, you can run all the way back to a location that you've left something.
Mm.
And if you've attempted to pick it up, even when your inventory is full, you'll put it back down, and it will generate on the map. So you can always refer to your map to kind of like find things. You're like, oh man, I'm kind of running low on health, and you can like find these different things around the environment. Um, so it's pretty good. I mean, I think um, it's sort of hard to say if there's any like what exactly. I feel like it maybe could have utilized the switching back and forth between playing the two characters at once. Probably could have used that maybe slightly more effectively. There's a couple points later on in the game where it uses it really well. But yeah, I feel like there's just wasn't enough. There wasn't enough like puzzle usage. I think maybe was one thing that maybe nobody but me would ever say. But like, I think there was only like a couple puzzles that utilize specific like puzzles that really utilized. You have to do things with oh wow, I can't even remember the names. Billy, you have to do stuff with Billy, or you have to do stuff with Rebecca. Go back and forth. So, but
Sure.
overall, I really enjoyed it. I think it's pretty underrated when it comes to the Resident Evil games.
How does this stack up
It
to the others,
looks,
though?
it's definitely not as good as the remake, like Resident Evil remake, the OG, and it's probably not as good as 2 remake. I would probably put it above 3 remake.
Hmm.
Um,
I've only
but
played through
yeah,
4 and 4 remake. There's the only
yeah,
Resident
and
Evils I've
it's
played.
not as good as those either. Both of those are like those are each
I
like
start with Peak. Hmm.
masterpieces. Yeah, those are each like masterpieces. So, um, yeah, in different ways, both of those are amazing games. But yeah, Zero. I mean, it's fun. I enjoyed my time with Zero. So yeah,
Hmm. Why is it called Zero? Is it actually like a
because
prequel?
it is a prequel. Yeah, it takes place before the first game. So
Okay, so if they ever can they go further back and do -1?
maybe I don't know.
You cornered yourself now. All
Yeah,
right, so that altogether that puts you up to 25 experience points now.
it does at
All
that point.
right,
Yeah.
and then June 23rd. It was the fated day where I would beat Elabits for the Gens
The
Challenge. Yes,
fated day. The fated
which you can
day.
hear my thoughts on the Gens Challenge video, but wasn't a huge fan of it. I think it's it's neat for the novelty and the gimmick at the time, which was fresh with the pointer controls. But now it just feels like, okay, I'm just pointing and clicking, and it doesn't have the same luster that it might have had before. So
Mm.
it was kind of ended up being a little bit of a chore to get through. But yeah, that's it. And then it's back to you. I'm at that brings me to 70 experience points.
Mm. So, new release. I'm packing my stuff, but there's a new game that comes out. There's a new
Yeah.
game, and it's one of my most anticipated games of the year. They just barely announced it this year, and then boom, it's coming out a month later, and that's Star Fox, the remake
The
of
furry
Star Fox
one.
64. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I put quite a few hours. I put probably about 15 hours into this game altogether, maybe even closer to 20 when all is said and done. And it's not a very long game. Beating it the official like true ending. Like I've played through Star Fox 64 probably over 100 times. So,
Mm.
and that's in with both the original and the 3DS port remaster. Kind of both taking both of those into account. And this is extremely faithful remake. And it's basically as perfect. It kind of was perfect a game as Star Fox 64 ever was. I really enjoyed the little touches that they did to sort of spruce it up. I like the new cutscenes, the new extra characterization. I loved all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Really gorgeous game, and yeah, so
Sure.
I was very thrilled to have put time into it. I put a decent amount of time in the multiplayer. That's probably dead now. It's been close to 2 months since it came out, so it's probably nobody's playing it. But it was a lot of fun right at launch. I was having a really fun time with the multiplayer. So
Okay, yeah. I also beat Star Fox, so I didn't even
yes, you did.
touch the multiplayer yet, but I and I still have a lot of extra stuff to do. I want to go back to it
Yeah,
for
yeah.
but
I
yeah,
still have some cleanup to do and a lot. I was because that's what spent a lot of the time is all the little extra stuff you can do, the missions and stuff.
yeah. But you spent
Yeah,
more
it's
definitely more time than I have on it, so
yeah, for sure.
but I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's a clean remake. Like why can't we just take this now and use this as a foundation and make a new game? You think we can do that or
I think so. I think that's the plan. I think that's I think that's what this studio wants to do ultimately.
are we all in on the
Um,
furries now? Is that our new style?
I'm 100% in on it. Like I think a
But
lot
are
of
they
people
in
weren't
on it?
necessarily are
The
they or who
developers.
the developers. I mean sure they got to be right.
Like
So
because we're still not 100% sure. Like, I'm assuming that the new Donkey Kong design that's gonna move forward into
hmm
future games, but you never know. It could be a self-contained thing. But
hmm
um, yeah, I'm interested. I would like to see more. Yeah, actual, because like people are always throwing on Star Fox because they release the same game over and over. It's like, and then when they try to do departures, they make a bad game, and then they come back and release this again. It's like, why can't we just stick to what works? Star Fox Assault is good.
Star Fox Assault is good. Yeah, I would agree. I agree
You
with
have to
that.
go back so far to get that original Star Fox game that was really good, you know?
I I'm also one of the rare defenders. I think Star Fox Zero is a very good game, and I think it's very underrated.
Okay, I haven't
But
played that yet, but
I
I
know,
just know the
but I
reputation.
know it's very divisive. People don't like the game, and there are some parts of me that kind of understand. Like, I get it to
Yeah.
some degree, but I just don't agree. I think it's a fantastic game, but uh, the love for this game was definitely very encouraging. I think I would guess it sold pretty well, so I'm hoping that momentum can continue because it's a great game
Uh,
and definitely a must have if you're a Switch 2 owner. So
mhm. All right. Well, that brings you up to 26. I'm up
yep.
to 71. And then, of course, my most anticipated game this year came out, and I powered through Rhythm Heaven Groove.
I almost
Uh,
picked this up the other day. I saw it. It was taunting me. I love the original Rhythm Heaven a lot.
uh-huh.
It's one of my favorite DS games. So
Rhythm Heaven Fever is absolutely peak on the Wii, so it
Hmm.
was going to be hard for it to compare to that. But I think it's done about as much as you can do to do so. Like it really captures the essence of Rhythm Heaven very well. It's got a lot of great rhythm games in it. Obviously, it expands on the content. Like there's much more content than previous Rhythm Heaven games. There's the whole co-op side, which is actually really fun. It's not just like a cheap little quick side mode. There's actually a lot of depth to it. Like you can go through a series of different um, games, like you can in the original, in the solo, and genuinely the co-op has the hardest the hardest levels in the whole game are in the co-op.
Mm.
Um, because the game can be pretty challenging, but I've just got it down. I think at this point, I got medals on everything. I'm trying to. It's tough. I wish it could be considered like say. I wish you could say 100% of this game, but you really have to go
Mm.
above and beyond. Because then when you want to do the perfect, you have to
Hmm.
wait for them to prompt you for different perfects. So I got quite a few perfects. Um,
Mm.
way more on this one than I did on the last games. But I just had an absolute blast with this game. And I was addicted to it. I was playing like every day for a couple weeks pretty much. Even after I beat it, I was playing it consistently. And
Yeah.
so yeah, it's really lived up to expectations, and yes, it might be my favorite game this year. We'll see.
Wow.
I had a lot of
Wow.
fun with it, and it is a lot of fun to just play some multiplayer with too.
Very cool. Yeah, Star
Very
Fox is probably mine so far. There's another game that's not on here. It will probably feature a future thing that
Wait,
I've
now that
also
I
been
say that,
playing.
what did I even? I don't know if I played any other. What other 2026 games did I play aside from those two? I don't even know. Anything?
There's
I
a
don't
couple
think
that I've
so.
been playing.
Not for me.
I
Kirby Air
I've started
Riders I
playing like
played, but
quite a few. Oh yeah, Kirby Air, but that was last year. That was December. So
no, it was. Oh, it came out December. Oh, okay.
mhm.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So that brings me up to 72, 72
Mhm.
experience points. All right.
Yep. So settling in after the move, I kind of hunkered down and I played. There was another game that I've been sort of putting some time into. I've kind of put it down recently. I got to get back to it, but it's not a game that's going to feature on here. But I'll probably show up in a future video, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
definitely going to go back and beat it. But in the midst of that, I was also working on my second Gents Challenge game, which is
Mm-hmm.
Return of the Oberdin, which was able to beat on July
Yeah.
18th. Um, and this game, sum up, I go into a little bit more detail in that video, but sum up, this game is basically geared towards my tastes. It's it's a mystery game. It's like a detective solving game. It's set on a boat in the 18th century, maybe it might be early 19th century, Age of Sail type stuff, which is like that's like right up my alley. And so it pretty much it does everything perfectly. Like it's an amazing little indie game, and like you can tell there's like a lot of painstaking effort that went into planning and uh, putting everything in the game that just to make everything work right. So I love puzzle games like this. That's the sort of deductive reasoning game, and it's super fun. I really enjoyed my time with it, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I loved it. So beat that. A couple more points in there. That's 28 now. 28
Okay.
points.
Okay.
I'm making some moves.
But let me cook. Let me cook for a bit. All
All
right.
right.
I went and I've been using this challenge as an incentive on the side to play more indie games in general because um
Mm,
I feel like often I discount them, and when we do we did the other backlog challenge and you do like Gen's challenge and stuff, you tend to not have the super short games on those. It's more the longer ones, and so I tend to skip over the indie ones. But since we pick up an extra experience point with each game. It's not a quest game. I figure I'll do some indie games. So I beat Venba. I don't know if you heard of Venba,
I don't think I've ever heard of this game.
but it's pretty cool. It's a cute game. I would say there's not too much depth to it, but it's a sweet story, sweet premise. It's about a little family from India that moved to Canada, and it goes into like their struggles adjusting to that. And on top of that, there's the you're doing the cooking with some nice Indian food, and so I really like the cultural aspects of the game. It's fun little tiny bits of gameplay with the cooking, but it's not too much to it. At the end of the day, you're really just there for the short narrative. I feel like is the main focus there. But I
Hmm.
enjoyed that, and
Neat.
that brought me to 70. I'm losing tracks. 73, right?
Hmm. I think
Uh,
so. Yeah.
73. But then I hit up Toem. All right, Toem now. Toem is peak. This is a great game. Really
It's a
enjoy that
yeah.
game.
I platinumed that game. It's excellent.
I love
Excellent little
that.
game.
I love the little aesthetic to it. I love it's such a fun little mechanics just to like a premise for the game overall, just of taking pictures and that's how you're doing different little quests and exploring the world. It's all just taking photos and it's really cute. It's a very much a cozy experience. Um and I had a lot of fun with it. It's great.
I One thing I really love about it is I love how it is kind of a 2D isometric sort of look to a lot of stuff. It's maybe isometric might not be the right word, but it's sort of like an overhead. It's sort of a cute kind of aesthetic. But then when you go to the camera thing, it's like everything gets sort of 3D rendered
Hmm.
in like a in like a completely different perspective, and it's a really cool thing where it just totally totally sort of change up the style to a degree.
Yeah.
I think it's really neat. I really like how that game
Yeah, that is
works.
nice. Because on the surface, when I saw Tome in the past, I've just seen like brief screenshots, and there's like the screenshots don't really do it justice. Like I don't think the
Mm,
screenshots of seeing the game would really sell people, like rather than playing it themselves. Because on the surface, you really wouldn't think like what can you really do with just taking photos? There's only so much you can do, right? But it's fun how they implement different cute little quirks in there, mix it
yeah,
up, and it's a good time. Ultimately, my last progress I get for this update came early August, August 8th, when I finally finished my certified banger quest, which is a game that's I believe is 95 or higher on Metacritic, and that was Grand Theft Auto 3. This was the HD remastered version, and
mm,
yeah, it ended up taking a lot longer than I expected. I expected to be able to burn through this pretty quickly, but there are actually some levels that are pretty tough in this that I ended up having to redo quite a bit. For the most part, I did enjoy my experience here. I think it's really cool going back to some of the roots of GTA. I thought it would be
yeah,
fun leading up to GTA 6 to try to get some of these other ones in there. I don't know if I'll play that at launch or anything, but just leading up to it, I got all the other Grand Theft Autos before it. So let me start with the trilogy, I thought. And so
sure.
it looks butt ugly as hell, but
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember the remasters not looking quite as good as the original games did. They
did the
kind of
original games look good though?
I mean not like really, but I think the thing is that the way they altered the aesthetic in the HD remaster makes it look worse than in some
Everybody
ways.
looks
Like I've seen
crazy.
some I've seen some side by side comparisons, and it's like the original game. It's like just I don't know. It looks a lot
Hmm.
nicer to me. It's not like it looks amazing, but it looks more correct. Like I don't know. It just looks
Yeah,
better to me. Like more consistent, visually consistent. I think
but yeah, overall, it's
so.
funny that when you go back to this game, it's like it feels quaint in comparison to the ever increasing sandbox of the modern
Yeah,
GTA's. But really, for its time, it was pretty
it
groundbreaking
was
for the
huge.
genre.
It
It's
was a
like
huge deal when it came out. I remember people talking about Grand Theft Auto 3 when I was like 9 years old or whatever, whenever this came out, 10 maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was a huge
I
deal.
mean, it's really cool the way they implement and have this connected little world of different cities, and you can actually just go around and do different side missions, but also have your main missions. You can have cars, and you can take cars and you can put them in your little parking spots, and they'll be there when you come back on. Stuff like that, like, it's just cool for the time. There's so much, like, jank in the mix, though, going back, like, there's so many,
Yeah.
like, I feel like it could be fun, like, recording this. There's so many
Mm.
moments I wish I could have captured, like, just craziest shit happen with these, like, cop cars and shit piling up and explosions. Like,
Yeah.
I get absolutely robbed so many times at different missions from the most BS stuff happening that was, like, unpredictable. But it's like you're really out here in this world. It feels like it. You're just out here wandering the streets, and but it's a fun time for the most part. Like
Mm.
the uh, I liked the different the gameplay loop it puts you in, where you go around, drive, do different missions. Um,
Mm.
some of them were just super frustrating at times, actually, and I didn't expect that. But ultimately powered through. I ended up doing probably a lot more than I needed to too, of like side stuff. It took me like
Mm.
over 20 something hours, somewhere in the 20s. Um, so it was pretty a meaty experience for GTA 3, which is not necessarily what I expected going into it. But yeah, so I'll let you talk about your last part, and then I guess we can talk about um
Yeah.
where we're at and where we're going to next.
Yeah. So yeah, I did literally just
Just
earlier
today.
today. It was like last because it was last night played past midnight, and I beat my next stated goal, which was Luke's party quest, and that which was Paper Mario: The Origami King.
Mm-hmm.
So I did finally beat
King
this game. It
shit.
took me quite a bit longer than I was expecting. I thought I would be done this game probably like a week or more ago. Here we are, like halfway through August already, and it's like that's crazy to me that it was like it's been almost a month since I beat Return of the Obra. I've been playing. There's
Yeah.
like a lot of other games that I've been playing here and there too. Stuff I've been playing with friends. Hopefully, these games will show up on this list because I'm putting time into those too. Um, but yeah, this game was meaty, meaty experience. I probably put over 30 hours into this game easily. Um, I think that is way too long. I think that is actually my biggest criticism of it.
Mm,
Way too long, and it still does seem to have the same issue that I've heard people complain about with Sticker Star and Color Splash, in that battles are not very well incentivized.
yeah.
You have
Okay. Nice.
thankfully in this it seems like your resources are very generous. The game gives them to you. Your resources just being different boots and different hammers to use as attacks. Um, you can go buy more of all of them, and mainly what you get from combat is coins. Coins are extremely useful in this game, though. They are used for, I mean, buying more things, but they're used for there's certain progression gates that require you to pay to use coins to pay. There's certain things that like collectibles and stuff that you need like a lot of coins for. So it's probably it's easy. I would say it's like the most consistent way to get a lot of coins because you can rack up coins pretty quickly in pretty basic fights. But um, I would say the concept of puzzle, the sort of wheel system for the basically solving puzzles to battle. I like in concept. I think there are times where it did not work particularly well. I think boss battles were a major highlight. I thought they were all very, very fun. I really liked kind of puzzling my way through to fight the bosses. I thought that was really enjoyable. Um, there was, I would say the last major location in the game, not sort of the final boss area, but like the last sort of major location you go to. Um, I think was the proper length. It was shorter than most of the rest of them, but it features maybe one of the most annoying mini games, little segments that I've ever seen in a game because uh, I accidentally pressed a wrong thing at the very end of it, and I had to do the entire thing over again.
Hmm.
And it took me like a half an hour. It like wasted like
Nice.
almost a half an hour of progress, and I it made me very, very
I love that.
frustrated.
It's helping me
Um,
out.
but um, but yeah, I would say like overall I liked it. I wouldn't say I loved it. Um, I find it very interesting that there's a lot of little cheeky notes to the fact that they're sort of being forced to not have unique looking character models for any of the characters. There's like they poke fun at it
Nice.
like like repeatedly throughout the game. They're making fun of like, oh, the toads look exactly the same, or like, I'm a babam, my name is Babam, and it's like, and then your little partner character is like, well, I can't just call you that. You gotta have a nickname. So so that particular Babam that follows you for a bit is unique. His name is Bobby. Follows you along, and it's
Probably.
very cute.
This is the one Paper
Um,
Mario game I haven't played yet, actually. So.
but I would say it's a step. Based on what I've heard people say about the other two games, it's definitely a step up, a step in the right direction.
Hmm.
I think they really do just need to just make an RPG again. I don't know how well Thousand Year Door remake did. I know this game sold like crazy, but it also came out in 2020. It was announced in and then came out in 2020. So this game is 6 years old, I will say, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and then we had a
but
Thousand Year Door remake a couple years ago.
a couple years ago now, it was like 2023, 2024, I think.
Yeah, I think
Um,
2024.
24, yeah. I don't know how well that sold. This almost certainly has outsold it because I think this sold
Yeah.
like 9 million copies or something. It was
Yeah,
something
that
nuts.
Thousand Year Door didn't sell
Um,
remarkably well, which was like an unfortunate thing. We're really hoping
yeah,
for a surge there to send a message, but
yeah.
yeah,
So
it comes to a point where you really just like, what are we even doing at this point? Because like Cute Color Splash was a decent game, but it just wasn't a Paper Mario game. You can't just like make things paper and then say, okay, that's a Paper Mario game. Like that's not
well, that's
why
what they're
people
doing
love
now.
the first two Paper Mario games. It's not like I just love that they're made of paper. I mean, give me
Well,
anything with them made of paper.
I think because the original was called Mario Story in Japan.
It's
Like
about
it
that
wasn't even
story.
it didn't really like wasn't really Paper Mario. It's a cutesy name because it fits. It does have a sort of paper like
Yeah.
aesthetic, but that's not. Yeah, that wasn't
It's
really
like the game
the.
just got passed along to other desks and they just read the name. It's like
Yeah,
Paper Mario. All right, let's get started. So little paper shit. So watch out for the scissors. Here they come.
yeah,
That's gonna fuck you up your paper. And
yeah.
what a mess. But yeah, like there's such a charm to the
Or
first couple Paper Mario games that have just been lost. But
I think this game has a lot of charm, and I think a lot of that can be, uh, honestly, like, uh, I think I'd be very interested to see. There's definitely some gaps in terms of the or how the game is translated versus localized. I think there was a lot of liberal choices taken in terms of the localization. I would assume, or I guess I wouldn't necessarily assume, but I think they make this way more silly in English, though the game is obviously still very silly in Japanese. I mean, the whole thing is about it. It kind of takes this like horror-ish premise of getting folded, like the paper
mhm,
characters are all getting like folded into other beings that they have like a hive mind or are controlled
mhm.
by the origami king. So it's this really it is kind of very funny in that it is like almost a horror premise from the very beginning. That's already funny and very charming. Um, especially because it's taken very seriously in universe, and there's like little bits and pieces. There's other parts of the game that have like sort of horror-ish elements to them. Overall, I think the game is kind of at its best when you're just out exploring and you're not battling because the battles are like again they're just the puzzles and they're all right. I found myself kind of sick and tired of them by the end. I just kind of wanted to just I kind of would just go around in the world and just like interact and jump around and use my hammer, like because that was where I was having more fun, just exploring.
Yeah.
So in that regard, I think it works. So it works in a way that's like Super Paper Mario worked. Um, but but yeah, I think this is like I said. I think this is a step in the right direction. But I don't know if they learned the right. It's hard to say if they've learned the right lessons because it hasn't really been a new Paper Mario game since it came out. So who's to say?
Yeah. So that gives you 10 experience points because that was Luke's
Yeah,
party quest. So he picked that for you.
it was
Shout
38.
out to Luke.
Also, the music in this game is amazing. The music in Origami King is excellent. So that's
Mm.
another point in its favor. So
So altogether, altogether, I'm at 79 experience points. You're at 38. All right,
mm.
but let me tell you what I've been working on. Is I've been actually working on my next quest, which is Animal on the Box Art. Because speaking of Paper Mario, I've been playing a game called Escape from Ever After, which is a Paper Mario clone. This is what Paper Mario is supposed
Mm.
to be like. I love these games that are just blatantly rip the formula that worked since Nintendo don't want to do it themselves, Bug Fables I love. I don't think
Yep.
this is on that level of Bug Fables, but I still quite enjoy it. It's a cute little premise. Um and it's got the fun, like it takes everything you want to take from Paper Mario. Some fun little dialogue, fun battle system. It's like these games, Bug Fables and this one, they both take almost directly the battle system from Paper Mario, some slight tweaks, and it's crazy that Paper Mario is now in the direction where you don't want to do battles. It's like these games know what the fans love, and it's like,
Right.
all right, so you can have fun with the writing, fun with the unique character designs you're interacting with, and at the same time, you're not like, oh, I don't want to go into any battles. You're like, hell yeah, bring me the battles, these action commands in here. All right. So I was actually very close. I'm getting close to the end of it. I've been powering through this game. I'm at
Mm.
like um I'm over 20 hours now on it, and it says about 25 hours to beat. That sounds about right because I think I just have one last area to go to, and so I'm right on knocking on the door of another 5 experience points. But
Cool.
in terms of what I want to do next after that, I haven't fully decided. I know I had already in the back. I've been saying I wanted to do Fable 2. I know that's one. I uh I know whatever quest I pick, I probably should pivot and do the Final Fantasy 5 because
Mm.
we can't keep putting these things off. We're gonna get caught up,
Yeah,
and
it's true. It's true.
because we both have a game to finish in order to redeem all of our experience points. Otherwise, we got nothing to show for all this. So I really should get
Right.
that done with a little more of a cushion. So maybe I'll try to do that next, but I'm not sure exactly what quest I'm going to next.
Yeah, so well, I have a checkpoint to do now. Is going to be my big thing. So
Yeah.
I got to figure out. I got to figure that out. You know,
Yeah, so
what game am I going to play for that?
every time we finish 4 quests, then we have our checkpoint, which is a game that's what was it 40
40 plus
hours,
hours.
40 plus hours. All right,
Yeah.
so
So
that's any game of your choice within that
mhm.
criteria.
So I've got a couple options there that I'm thinking of that I've been sort of mulling over.
Mhm.
Um, so I kind of have to figure that out if I what
You don't
exactly
have any you want to
going to
name?
do
You don't
there.
want to name drop your options?
Yeah, so I'll throw out like the two that have been on my mind are Cyberpunk 2077. That's been kind
Mm,
of the major one. And then the other one is Final Fantasy 16. They're both games that I should have beaten. They're both games that I started and got quite a long way into
So you're
both of
willing
them.
to restart either of those games? Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it's been long
it's
enough,
been
like,
long
both of
enough.
them. I
Yeah.
think I think I was playing through both of them right around the same, like, I wasn't playing them at the exact same time, but I think it was, like, the same year that I was playing them. Um, so, yeah, because I think it was 2023 that I was playing both of them. So, yeah, I really gotta, like, it's one of these games, it's like, it's been 3 years since I played them,
Yeah.
so I gotta do
Sure.
something about that. I gotta finally beat them because I loved both of them. I thought they were both fantastic games. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, I really gotta get
Yeah.
back and
I remember
play
this
them.
so long ago that it was you and Rusty talking about it on Otaku Brothers. Your first
Yeah,
impressions of Final Fantasy 16. That's what
yeah,
inspired me to go and get the game, and then I
and
beat
you and
the
you beat
yeah.
it. Yeah,
So
and I still never beat it.
I did really
So
enjoy that
yeah,
game. So
I would be very willing to, because I the thing is I tried to pick it back up again, like, kind of where I'd left off, because I left off at a decent spot to kind of, it was at a lull in the story. There was sort of like a plot beat that had just happened, and there was like it was like a pretty good break point where
hmm
it's okay to put it down and then pick it back up again. I was like, I was trash. I was horrible at the combat system. I was so used to the
yeah.
remake rebirth combat. I was like, I can't do this right now. So I put it down again. And I
It
think
feels like any
at that point, I think I might as
RPGs.
well.
Yeah, if you get like a year removed, it's already rough to go back.
Yeah,
You know, and even if you can, it just always feels weird going back in there too. It's like you're in the middle of something that you don't you kind of
yeah,
vaguely remember. You know,
right, exactly.
I've had that a lot. That's why
So,
I tended to have the issue of restarting games and then not and getting a little bit and then restarting it later.
mm,
But that's what this backlog quest and these backlog challenges are all about. To try to push us to get through some of these
that's
that we're
right,
neglecting.
right,
But yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So I'm not really set on what kind of quests I would do yet, but because I have to keep in mind if I want to do Final Fantasy 5, I might not want to go with an RPG type for the next one since I'm playing an RPG right now too. So maybe something a little lighter, but we'll
Yeah, I was
see.
also thinking about, like, doing something kind of weird or oddball, like a really long visual novel or something, like
Mm.
something that's like, some of those are like, it's
I
like you
do
sit
I
and
do have
read,
Shibuya
but the thing
Scramble
is like,
on my list of options. Yeah,
yeah, that game is really long. I
but
was like, technically, you
it's
just
not
read, but
long
it's like,
enough though. I wanted to do it. I would have liked to do it for Checkpoint, but it's not long enough on our
oh,
how
is it
long
really
to
not?
beat standards at
Oh,
least.
okay. Oh, okay. I don't know. I feel like
So
people skip through it because I've heard that game is very long.
because
So
that's the awkward
visual
thing.
novel, visual novel database would, I think, be a better, would actually be a better resource for that one.
But literally, it says
Um,
completion is 39 hours. Main story
Interesting.
is 26 hours, which is what we really
Um,
usually go by.
so 428 Shibuya Scramble, visual novel database. What do they call it? Come on.
I could go see how many hours Blink put into it. I could look at that.
I guess so, yeah.
We played through it for Jen's challenge. Josh Prep
They playtime long,
too
33
long.
hours to 30 minutes. Okay, so they just say, yeah. So for example, so visual novel database generally has, they have really great breakdowns for how long, like, it takes to
Hmm.
read through visual novels. So from memory, Fate Stay Night is one of the longer ones. Or it's one of the longer ones that I remember being interested in, being like very long, 89 hours.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, that would be a haul, because that one you basically, but I don't know if in that they're including that you play through all three major storylines, which there's basically practically three games in one. The three
Hmm.
different major paths in that game are essentially three full games that you read through as one. You have the Saber route, the um what was it, Saber, and then uh, uh I don't remember all the characters' names. I don't know. I'm not a Fate guy. I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. So anyway, visual novels.
Yes,
They're
well,
long, or they can
so
be.
it's a weird one in the sense that, you know, our requirements for each quest is 10 hours. And then we have the
Mm,
checkpoints that are 40 plus hours, and it falls in that 26 to 35-hour range. So it's like, am I willing to take the
right.
time to do that when you could play a game that's half the length almost? I
Yeah.
ended up doing with, you know, the game I'm playing now is over 20 hours. You know, Grand Theft Auto is over 20 hours. So
Right.
it's if you,
Yeah. Origami King was like 30 hours. I almost put
yeah.
into that practice. It felt like it was that long. If it wasn't quite,
So I
certainly.
mean, if you're feeling the game, it can be a breeze more than other
Yeah.
ones. But if you're not feeling it, it's tough. But then it's
Yeah,
like
for
I
sure.
could be playing a 10-hour game, and so, but I'm definitely heavily considering that. Though you know we only have a few months left now at this point.
It's
Actually, so
true. We're getting into the last quarter of the
last
year right
quarter.
here. Yeah.
So, yeah, I still have a bunch of options that I'm definitely not going to get to. Yeah, another one. So I was thinking like maybe something lighter after an RPG. So maybe like a Luigi's Mansion 3, which I never beat back in the day. Maybe doing
Oh, you
that.
didn't beat that.
Yeah, something like
Interesting.
that could be good. So
Okay. Okay.
that kind of game could be nice. So like, or if there's any platformers that are over 10 hours that I can play, you know, stuff like that.
Hmm.
But yeah, so that's where we're at. Alec, how are you feeling? 79 to
I'm
38.
I'm catching up, slowly but surely. I think when I'm gonna really try to hunker down and play through whatever game I choose, I'm really gonna put my nose to the grindstone with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna really try to, because I'm catching up slowly but surely here. I made a decent amount of progress on you this time around. I know it doesn't seem like much, but like we had a huge gap,
Did
and
you
the gap
clear?
is just that much.
Did you tighten the gap, or did we both go up?
I mean,
How
we
much?
both went up, but I definitely tightened the gap. Definitely tightened the gap.
All right.
So you're at 60 something and you're at 79. I was at like 18 and now I'm at 38,
Yeah,
or 19 and I'm at 38.
you were at 17. You're at 38. I was
Yeah.
at 66. I'm at 79. So I went up 13. You
Yeah.
went up 21. Yeah,
Yeah, I definitely closed the gap. It's doable.
but I got
It's
that gap
hard. It's
though. I still got a
I
gap.
still get, you do have a gap. You do have a gap, but I've got I have a, there's a road ahead of me, but I
I'm
have
not.
I there's some other games that I haven't recorded here too. I have at least 3 or 4 different games that I'll probably be able to add here playing with friends. So,
Hmm, I'm not
hoping.
stopping. I'm not stopping anytime soon.
I mean, it's true. I know you're not stopping,
And
so I
I'm
want to try to
actually,
give
yeah,
you
I'm
a fight
knocking on the
here.
door for another 5 experience points. So that's good. And then, oh yeah, the other one was I was thinking of is Rusty's Party Quest, which is The Last of Us.
Right. Right.
So a game like that could work too. You know, mix it up a little bit. Maybe go RPG,
Mm. Hmm.
story based game, platformers. Mix it up a little bit. But yeah, you need to get that Final Fantasy V. If you don't beat Bug Fables, you can consider your experience points 0.
That's true. It's
And
very
then they've
true.
got a big gap. We'll have a big gap on our hands. I'd love to see that. Like
I
disaster
bet
at the
you would. I
finish
bet you'd
line.
love to see it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for
That's
joining
it.
us for this update for Backlog Quest. We'll come back in another couple months and see where we're at. I remember I made a prediction at the end of the last one. I forget how much I said. I was like, I'm gonna have this much experience points.
Mm.
I know I came in under that, but because I think I envisioned myself getting another quest game in this time as well. Ended up taking me longer, much longer than expected for Grand Theft Auto 3, because the checkpoint I beat on May 24th, and then I just beat Grand Theft Auto 3 August 8th. That's tough.
Mm.
2 months, 2 months time passed. That's it.
Right.
Subscribe to the channel
Cool.
for more. Like the video. And in the meantime, I'm gonna recommend a random Tarqaron video for you to watch next.
All right. Random rules.
If you enjoyed this video, why don't you go check out our reaction to Black Mirror Season 2, Episode 2, White Bear.
Oh yeah, White Bear. Yeah,
Classic.
yeah, it's a classic at this point. Yeah.
Hmm. All right, check it out, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right.